Hey guys, it's Bill. Welcome back to Film Buzzed. I know it's been 10 years since I did something. Someone recently told me that I have a sitcom reunion face, so it hasn't been easy. I've been drinking way too much. But I'm back, I'm sober now. You guys should be happy. I'm just drinking coffee, so we're gonna give some honest, straightforward reviews. There were great films this year. Inside Out 2, Moana 2, Gladiator 2, Dune Part 2, Beetlejuice, Twisters, Deadpool 3. I mean, who says Hollywood is out of ideas? Today, I'll be doing a roundup of the Golden Globe. Like I said, I'm sober now. I'm going to give you simple, straightforward reviews so you can decide what to see this holiday season. Now, let's take a gander at that list and get started. Who's got the list? Really? God damn it. What the are these movies? You know what? Let's start with a 3-second pour of Cosmopolitan, since this is a very cosmopolitan show, the Golden Globes. All right, here we go. Catty witches fight each other, while dozens of people watch as the future of the world hangs in the balance. But enough about The View. Let's talk about Wicked. Look, I'll be honest, I didn't know much about Wicked, the book or the play, because I was having vaginal sex in my 20s. But I do know that this story is the OG of the revisionist prequel. Yeah, take that, Jar Jar Binks. Miso. Anyway, I did have a guy explain to me exactly how Wicked connects to the original Wizard of Oz story. In exchange, I explained to him what it feels like. Wicked is a movie about a weird, magical college in an emerald city with yellow brick roads, talking goats, and munchkins. But everyone's totally freaked out by someone being green. Really? I mean, I'll be honest, I get it. Sometimes I meet a cute girl, I text her, and I find out that she has an android. Ugh, Kermit's right, it ain't easy being green. Wicked focuses on the story of Glinda and Elphaba, which sounds like a threesome you might get in the 1830s. It's basically Mean Girls, Harry Potter, and Had a Baby. They all enter a school for witches, and no, it's not Wesleyan. Since this was written in the 90s, it's called Shiz. Because fun fact, 38% of everything in the 90s was called the Shiz. I hate to say it. Wicked's great. Everyone's awesome. The song Popular has the staying power of an RFK Jr. brainworm. Also, despite how annoying Cynthia Erivo is, that woman can sing and she can act. Ariana Grande is impressive too. Not so much her singing and acting, which is kind of mid, but the fact that she's 80 pounds and can allegedly take a 10-inch on the reg? Oh my god. Apparently, Ariana Grande is now dating the dorky-looking dude who plays the Munchkin. How is that happening? He probably puts the munch in Munchkin, you know what I'm saying? He knows how to represent her lollipop guild. Get it? Here's the problem with Wicked. It's just part 1. What? Wasn't able to finish? Sounds like every ex of mine. And now, like many people, I have cinematic blue balls. Or green balls, if you will. God, sounds like they're gonna fall off. Speaking of balls coming off, let's talk about Emilia Pérez, the most nominated film in the history of the Golden Globes since Robert Altman's Nashville, which is another movie that nobody has seen. Emilia Pérez is a musical about a violent Mexican cartel leader who transitions to a female lesbian at great personal and financial expense. I mean, I don't know why. She could have just made herself an inmate in an American prison. Kamala would have given her surgery for free. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the dicks. They're eating the dicks and the dogs. That's my Trump. It's mediocre. Anyway, I'm going to preface this review by saying everyone involved in the film is stunning and brave. I have to say that legally. I'm not allowed to mock anything regarding the trans issue. Even joking around the issue could result in a charge of involuntary translaughter. But I'll take a crack at it. Okay, first of all, Emilia Pérez I mean, this movie as a top and a bottom. After she medically transitions to become more her than she already was, she ends up denouncing her violent past and becomes an advocate for people killed by the cartels. That's like Harvey Weinstein getting out of prison and leading the Me Too movement. She's even out there on Televisione Nazionale condemning the cartels, which took balls. Or at least took balls getting removed to make that happen. Jokes aside, Emilia Pérez is my favorite movie of the year. I wish it wasn't, but it is, and I have to speak my truth. The acting's incredible, cinematography is great, and everybody dies. Which is why it's my favorite musical or comedy. Another hilarious comedy is A Real Pain, about Jewish cousins who visit concentration camps where everybody died. Yay! A Real Pain is also what the producers felt after getting the box office receipts. First, when I heard the title Real Pain, I was like, finally, a documentary about P. Diddy. Yeah, boy. By the way, people quit saying P. Diddy, okay? He said he removed the P because it was getting between him and his fans. Or was that R. Kelly? Any spray. A Real Pain is a movie about Jews complaining on a trip. I don't want to be redundant. It's a movie about Jews on a trip. Now, as a fellow Jew, I actually love whiny Jews, which is why I voted for Bernie Sanders. No. Remember, 2025, we can mock Jews now, okay? It's back in fashion. I'm Jewish anyway, so I have carte blanche. I wasn't born Jewish like a weirdo. I converted for a woman. I converted. Before that, I was homosexual. A Real Pain follows Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran Culkin, while they make a trip to Poland to see their dead grandmother's house. They smoke a lot of weed during it too. Anyway, this is a great movie for people who've always wanted to go to Poland, but then thought, why the f would I ever want to go to Poland? They visit concentration camps. I forget which, I wasn't paying attention. And they generally squabble about a bunch of dumb You can have the exact same experience any Shabbat dinner in New York City. Again, I can say that because I'm a Hebrew. I got a scar on my to prove it. You want to see? No? Okay. Any Jew, it's a comedy, I guess, film. And while they're visiting the home of their dead grandmother, they learn the true meaning of Christmas or something like that. I don't know. I fell asleep 40 minutes in. I'm not sure. More Jews? You got it. Let's talk The Brutalist. The Brutalist is about a Jewish architect who designs a local community center. I know, boring IF, right? But here's a twist. He's addicted to heroin. And this is a great lesson for kids, right? Nobody wants to be boring. You know what makes something more exciting? A crippling opioid addiction. Yeah, it makes it cool. Rainbow. Pete Davidson worked for him. Anyway, Rainbow, I'll be honest, watching Brutalist is like being dragged to an art exhibit by your pretentious friend, and they're looking at a red square, and they're saying, you know, if you squint, you can barely make out the nipple. It's not that profound. Next. Let's talk about the popular fan fiction of Judaism, Catholicism, and the movie Conclave. Conclave, FYI, is a Latin word meaning old men talking in a circle for 2 hours. Conclave is up for 6 Golden Globes. 6! Who would have thought that a movie about Catholicism would touch so many thousands of people? This is a very well-written original film. And the first film, true story, first film about Catholics that is not about rampant kid. I mean, a movie about Catholics and not about pedophilia, that's like a movie about Michael Jordan covering his baseball career. This movie has been called House of Cards in the Vatican. More like House of Cardinals. Am I right, guys? No? A lot of Conclave is unrealistic. One of the cardinals ends up getting in trouble for having sex with a woman. What? Is this sci-fi? Imagine the Da Vinci Code without mystery, fun, or anything to help you from falling asleep. The cardinals are locked in a room, and so is your attention span. It's a Vatican-themed game of Who Wants to Be a Pope without any drama. There's a bunch of white dudes in robes arguing about who wants to be in charge of a church that nobody goes to anymore. Who goes to church? It's like a meeting of Blockbuster executives. Part of me is like, is this still a thing? Catholicism, really? I thought it was like the Boy Scouts bankrupted by kitty diddling. Any pedo, what you learn is now that Catholics can't boys. They're just angry, hateful people screaming at each other all the time. The moral of the story, the only cardinal worthy of being a pope is one that's basically a woman, which is fair. Cheers, ladies. You're better than us. But who gives a Well, let's check the Oscar bait bingo card. Yep, not set in America, other languages, a black lead, defined female, trans person. Wait, black man with a baby mama. That's pretty regressive. You know what? Conclave. A Complete Unknown is also a movie nominated this year. It's also the term my agent uses to pitch me for acting jobs. Here's the truth. I haven't seen A Complete Unknown. Why? Well, I'm not a huge fan of watching mumbling, which is why I stopped watching the Wicked press tours. Let's talk about a movie now that more than 14 people saw. Dune, Part 2. More sand, more worms, more monologues. Dune Part 2 delivers everything you loved about the first movie, but with even more slow motion shots of Timothée Chalamet looking like he's trying to figure out if that pressure building in his colon is a fart or a shart. He's got that 50-50 look the whole film. Look, I'll be honest, I'm a gambling man. So I always go for the push, betting it's a fart. To be honest, sometimes I roll craps. It's so stupid. The whole thing is as epic as you expected. But at times it kind of feels like someone's just making a perfume ad out of a galactic war. But Zendaya is still super hot and is a bona fide American star who, for some reason, has decided to keep her teeth British. Bold choice, governor. I'd still let her ride my sandworm any day. Anora. Anora is a film about a stripper who bangs a trust fund baby for money and then has a mentee bee when she can't marry him and get his money. Another title of the movie could have been Tuesday in San Fernando Valley. Anora, in my opinion, serves as a reminder to never date a stripper. Dating a stripper is like taking your cat hiking. It's going to be chaotic with a slight chance of getting your eyes scratched out. Anyhow, Anora is another Sean Baker masterpiece. This movie is so good that at the end, everyone's just throwing dollar bills to the screen. And like most strip club experiences, you don't get the happy ending you were promised. Yeah, $200 in a champagne room. Nothing. Speaking of whores, let's talk about the movie The Challengers with Zendaya. This movie is a love triangle, literally. They have a threesome. Although, two guys and a girl, technically that's not a threesome. That is gay sex and witness. I also had a threesome once with a bad ratio. It was me, a dude, and another dude. Which, let me close out talking about my second favorite movie of the year, The Substance. The Substance is a movie about a fading star who gets fired from her TV show because she turned 50, which is gross. Not being fired, I mean a woman turning 50? Ugh. Plus it was a windsock at that age. Hey, don't look at me. Blame the writers, okay? It's the writers' fault. I'm using the Joe Coy approach. Any JJ, desperate to stay young, Demi Moore agrees to take a mysterious drug with unknown and undisclosed side effects. I know this is not a documentary about Ozempic. The chemical makes people spill their guts, literally, which is probably the most interesting part of the film. Now, I can't really tell if this movie is deep or just trying hard to be deep, but I feel like you should have big signs saying, "Don't worry, I'm very important." It's kind of wrapped in layers of forced mystery and profundity, like an episode of Black Mirror with more sticky goo, more organs splashed around, and a lot more close-ups of butts. At one point, I'm like, do they want me to jerk off in the movie theater? Again? Anyway, The Substance was a great body horror film. I don't think this movie will win any awards because, look, at the end of the day, nobody in Hollywood wants anything to do with substance. Okay, now that I'm kind of buzzed, let's talk about the snubs. Guess the movie. A war-hardened general has family members killed and is forced into the gladiatorial arena where he vows to seek revenge against a corrupt and kind of gay Roman emperor. Didn't win any awards. Can you believe it? Can you believe that a movie about a badass Roman general who becomes a gladiator fighting for the sole purpose of killing crazy... Wait, am I talking about the first Gladiator film? Or the second? It's the exact same plot. The only difference is they just added a black dude to make it seem more modern. Basically, Gladiator 2 is a Gladiator 1 as Force Awakens is a Star Wars. The exact same story with the addition of a likable black guy. Denzel Washington is an amazing actor. He is. But nobody got suspicious that a dude is hanging out in a Roman Coliseum with a thick New York accent. Basically, Denzel plays a part like a Harlem pimp. The way he walks around. Okay, all right. Okay, you want to be a gladiator, my man. All right, okay, all right, you want to be a gladiator. Okay, I see, okay, all right. yeah, okay, my man. Look, I don't think Denzel Washington realized he was shooting a movie about ancient Rome because it was shot in green screen. He was wearing a toga, no underwear. He thought he was at a Diddy party. How many Diddy jokes does this guy have? One more, baby. Cheers. Adieu. Well, guys, that's my roundup. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe and like it. This is doing a real number on my liver, so I need the likes and subscriptions. Thanks, guys. Let me know what movies you want to see in the comments below, and I'll do my best to review them. Peace.